Good day. Time to put our courgettes out. I was talking about mounds the other day. Can you see that? That's a mound. So I've got a, doesn't look like it, but there's a mound there, here, in the middle there, over in the corner, and another one just there. That's from our hot bin composter, or that compost. I've already planted sunflowers into this bed, and now it's time for these courgettes. They're a golden zucchini, and literally all I'm going to do is plant them into the mound in there, in that hole, and then cover them up. That's the root system, and as you can see, if I go in there, there's already some flowers forming. Time to plant it. Those 5 courgettes are now in. Time to give them a good water. I ran out of water. Right. They've all had an initial dousing, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing after about half an hour. And then they're done. Bye. Good day. More planting out today. These are 2 types of beetroot that have been modular sown. The red is Crapaudine, and the white, or the yellow, what's that one? Can't read it. Beetroot, oh, Burpees golden. So the sort of yellowy green one is Burpees golden, and this is Crapaudine. So I'm going to put them in this area and see how I go. All I'm going to do is dig a hole with a trowel, make a hole. They're modular sown. Can I pull one out? So they've been sown in modules, and that will go in the ground and then be watered. Of the Crapaudine in the middle and the Burpees golden on the outsides here. What will happen is, hopefully these will obviously grow, and then we will twist out the biggest beetroots from each clump as we harvest. But just as yesterday with the courgettes, the first thing they need now is a good drink. While I'm at it, I'm just going to water these carrots that were modular sown in the same way in January as an experiment. Okay. Modular beetroot out. Bye. Good day. But also, oh dear, I've completely forgotten to uncover these potatoes following the frost that we had last week. Time to get these covers off and see what we've got underneath. I've taken the plants away that were at the front, holding this fleece down. Gosh. They've grown. go over there, take that off. Well, I don't think there's room to top these up anymore. That soil is right at the top already. I think what these do all need is a really good water. Look, these are already coming into flower. Look, those are the Ulster Prince. Wow. So all the Ulster Prince, which includes this one, are making flower heads already. In the middle, these three, we have Charlotte, and then at the back, oh, I keep on calling it Rocket, but I don't think it's Rocket. Oh, I can't remember. How ridiculous. Anyway, they're ones that Richard likes, I know. Water time. But these are going to be happy to be uncovered. Look at the flowers, look. Can you see those flowers in there? Mad. Bye. Good day. Today is about sorting out the bean arches, or bean frames, and getting the beans in. So we've got quite a variety. At the front here, near my shadow, we've got Gigantes. Then we go into Cocoa Sophie along there. And along here is Canadian White. And then moving further over, this section has got Blue Lake in. And over there is the asparagus bean, which is a really tiny bean. I'll show you that in a minute. And then we go into Shaz's Emperor runner beans, which are doing really well. In fact, everything is doing well. Let's, I mean, you can see the size of these. These are Blue Lake. Just coming along. As I say, this section is Cocoa Sophie, which is a climbing Cocoa de Pampol from Vivi. Our Gigantes. Excuse the shadow. Then these are the Canadian White, which I think are really lovely plants, quite delicate beans. So that's all of those. Then look at this. Look at that little thing there. Isn't that dainty? That's the asparagus bean, which grows to about 1.5 feet. So we've got those to go in, and then Shaz's runners, which I've already put in. We do have some Borlotti to go in, which will go in elsewhere, and also Lazy Housewife. Yeah, so that's it. Really pleased to get that done. So I'm going to get all of those in the ground. You can see some of them are still in their pots, and then give it all a really good water. Bye. Good day. You can see a windy day today, much cooler so far. This is the rose that we pruned, the white rose. And if I can come in here, can you see that? Can I get that in shot? It's a glorious rose. Absolutely lovely. And as we thought, there are plenty of blooms going to be coming up here. Look at that. And then look at these, lots of buds there. And what I'm pleased to see is that when I come down here, these are the shoots at the bottom that we were talking about whether they were going to produce flowers, and look, they are. So I think what I'm going to do this coming winter is prune this branch right back to the ground to let this new growth grow up. And what that will mean is that next year, instead of these being just above head height, we have these most probably about a foot or so below head height. I will leave these two older branches, this one going at the back and this one here, for another year. There is a bit of black spot. Look, you see on that leaf? I'll see if I can do something about that. But the fragrance is quite stunning. Let's have a quick look at the other one. This is our Queen Elizabeth. And as you can see, it's budding up. Another one over there. A few weeks, I think, before these are out. Maybe a week or so, given warm weather. Again, if we come down, you can see that. Can you see that there's a bud there? So a younger shoot again, in fact another one at the back, a bud there, younger flowering shoot. So again, I think this year it will be time to take some of this taller growth back. You can see it's very, very old wood in there. Can you see that? Anyway, very happy with those roses. That's certainly going to be glorious very soon. Bye. Good day. You may remember from another video that this is our Comfrey, which is in a pot at the moment. Not ideal conditions for a Comfrey because it really needs its root in the ground, because that's where it pulls up all the nutrients into the leaves, which we can then use for comfrey tea. I moved it to this area by our compost bins because it seemed like a really good place to have it, and now that I've had it here for about a week, yeah, I've decided it's going in the ground here. There's some nettles which will soon be making nettle tea for us. If I just move around, you can see maybe more easily from this angle, this is sort of our composting area. So we've got perennial weeds just decomposing away in this closed bin. We've got another bin with shredded paper in it. We've got this hexagonal compost bin. All these nettles, which can go to make nettle soup and nettle tea. Nettle soup for us. Nettle tea for us as well if we wanted. But yeah, there's the Comfrey, and I've decided next to this compost bin is a really good place for it to be put in and to grow. So I'm going to get a spade, dig a hole the size of the bin, of the pot that it's in, and then pop it into the ground. Nice deep hole. I've taken it out. All those roots, can you see those? All those white roots. There's also a snail. Right, that's going in this hole. I've healed the plant in all the way around. Let's come over here. So very happy with that there, next to this little buttercup, rather pretty. Not ideal for a veg garden, but pretty nonetheless. And now I'm going to give it a really good water. and then that will be job done. Bye. Good day. I am going to do a soil test today on our Ealing Riding Stables compost that we got a few months ago. As you may know, we've got a few issues with it, so doing a soil test will hopefully give us a better idea about whether it needs any additional fertilizers, which I think it does. And we bought a kit online. It was I can't remember how much it was, but basically there are 4 tests in it. pH of the soil, that's the acidity or alkalinity of the soil, nitrogen, phosphorus, and finally potassium. And at the top, I'm not sure if you can see, at each there's a little chamber at the top here, and that's where the soil sample goes in. And then to it, if I can take this one out, you empty one of these. It's a little one of those little like plastic pill sachets. You empty that. You don't put that in the chamber. You empty the contents of this into the chamber. They're each color coded, so that one is actually for pH. Purple is nitrogen, blue is phosphorus, and orange is potassium. I was forgetting. So obviously the colours of these correspond to the colours of these. For the pH, what you do is you empty the little capsule into your little tube of your pH tube, and then using the empty capsule, the bigger part of the empty capsule, you put 2 bits of soil, 2 capfuls of soil in with your tube here, and then fill it up with tap water. And then there are a lid, each has got a lid. You put that on and you shake it up, and that will differentiate a colour. The others, what you do is you take a soil sample, a good size soil sample. I've used a jar, and you put 1/5 of your soil, no, 1/6 of your soil to 5 parts water. So 1 part soil to 5 parts water. And then that's been standing for 24 hours. So it's pretty clear. What we then do is exactly, so put that back up there, exactly the same with the pH. You empty one of the capsules into the correct chamber. You fill that up with a pipette from that water jar there, and then you give it a good shake. That's what I'm going to do now. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just leave a note and I'll get back to you and sort of explain it better, basically. Anyway, I'm going to get on with it now and show you the results afterwards. Here are the results. So number 1, pH, as you can see. So you're looking at down this area which is all clear. This is where the soil sample and liquid is. You can see it's sort of around about pH 7. Then if we come over to the nitrogen, number 2, and in fact all of them, I think we can see that they're all at the bottom of the scale. They're all deficient. So that's deficient in nitrogen, potassium, nitrogen number 2, phosphorus number 3, and potassium number 4. So really we need a good general fertilizer to get those up to a sufficiency for what we are doing, which is growing vegetables. Yeah, the pH is fine. The pH is fine, but clearly we need to fertilize. So I will think about that and decide what we do. Okay, there we are. It's good to know. It's good to know. See you soon. Bye.